again in another episode of Gunfire TV. Over.
So you bought yourself a famous Baofeng UV5 or UV-82 or UV-89, well, basically anything that runs with those buttons. Their menu is quite similar. But you take the manual and you read it, and you take the radio and you're not sure how it works. Because, let's face it, the manual is not perfect. So, in today's video, I'm gonna get you through the basic functions of those radios. So both UV5r and UV-82 are very similar as for the menu, a bit different outside. I will be using this for programming just because I use it every day, so maybe not every day but very often. As you can see, it's a bit scratched and the buttons are quite larger, so it's more convenient for me. Now, to turn them on, we use these knobs on the top. Simply turn.
Frequency mode.
They also can adjust the volume. Now, both of them have FM radio. To put it on the version 5, simply press here. Oh, very popular Polish song. And here it's the button called F. I don't know why F. No radio here. They also do have flashlights. The letter M in 82 version. Also blinking light. And here it's this button. This is very wise to be hidden behind, for example, electric tape during the night skirmishes.
Channel mode.
You can choose between channel mode or, after pressing this orange button, frequency mode.
Channel mode. Frequency mode.
Now, to choose which frequency you want to use, simply use the blue button AB. Now you will use the upper, now lower. Now, to transmit, all you need to do is to press the PTT, and after around a second, start speaking. Now, UV-82, how to go from channel mode to frequency mode.
Channel mode.
Now we're on channel mode, so we need to turn the radio off, press the menu button for around 2 seconds and turn it on while pressing the button.
Frequency mode.
And we're on frequency mode. Now, to choose between lower or upper frequency, you use upper or lower PTT. Yep, there are two, so it's quite more comfortable for radio operators. Now, how to set the frequency?
Frequency mode. 4460006.
Simply use the buttons. Now, if you want to be more precise with your frequency, you need to hit the menu and find the option called step. You can choose between 2.5
Frequency step.
and 50 kilohertz by pressing those small darts. Maybe you can hear what somebody's on our frequency right now.
Lock.
So we've got our frequency and we would like to save it as one of our channels, because using channel mode is quite useful, especially inside the team. We hit the menu and find memory channel. Again, hit menu,
Memory channel.
choose which position you want to save it as. Let's say 1, and
Transmitting memory.
hit menu again, then exit. Now, if we switched onto channel mode,
Channel mode.
our frequency is saved as channel number 1.
2.
That's 2, that's 3, and so on and so on. Those were programmed before. So, VOX function, it's useful, but not really during the skirmish. You don't need to touch anything, just speak or make sounds, and this will transmit. So, even if you want or not, you will do that. And let's not kid ourselves, our replicas are not very quiet, so maybe the whole team will hear only your gun. And it happens a lot, and it pisses me off. Now, if you want to use VOX function, and you don't, but I'm going to show you how to turn it on because some people like it. Hit the menu, search for Vox. I'll just put it more quiet. Now Vox is off. Hit menu again. Now you can set how sensitive should the Vox function be? Let's say 10, many again, 10 is maximum, exit. And now, if I start speaking very close to the radio, it will start transmitting without pushing any PTT. So, from one way it's cool, from the other it's not so much. So let's turn it off. Many again, Vox. Many again, let's turn it down to 0 and that means off. Many again and exit. And there is no Vox function on the display. And it's better to leave it that way. It even rhymes. I'm a freaking poet. Now, those radios may work with certain frequencies which are used, for example, by law enforcement and similar forces. So do not use those frequencies if it's not allowed in your country, and it usually is not. So be aware of that. Next very useful option is Squelch. Now, this is reduction of noises that you don't want to hear. Now it's 6, so let's get back to our frequency. Nothing's happening.
Menu. Squelch.
If I set it on 0,
Confirm.
noise! That's somebody transmitting something, I don't know where, but I don't hear anything, just the noise. So again, Squelch, let's get on 4, let's say, and it's enough to cut off this noise. But sometimes you may lose some info that is transmitted from far away and it's low quality, but maybe you would understand what somebody wants to say to you. Nevertheless, those noises are really pain in the you-know-where. Next function that may be very useful, and if you're still with us, thank you for that. It's TOT.
Transmit over time.
Transmit over time. It's set on 50 seconds now, and it's minimum.
Confirm.
You can choose between 15 and even, wait,
Transmit over time.
and even 600 seconds. You don't want 600, you want 15. That means that after pressing PTT, after 15 seconds, your radio will stop transmitting. Let's say it, you don't need to speak more than 15 seconds, and after, you may block the channel. So this is very useful, and after 50 seconds, it will just cut off my transmission. It's very useful, because if you accidentally hit your PTT, you will not block the channel. Use it wisely. TNT functions is one of my favorite. I regret there is no smaller limit than 15 seconds. And now, again, think what you want to say. Make it shorter. Then push the button, and after a second, say what you want to say. Be brief, be short, be perfect. Next very useful function is the button scan. Simply press it and hold for a sec.
Scanning begin.
And it starts looking for frequencies. Now, if anything is transmitting for a longer time, this may check and hold the frequency. This is very useful if your friend on the skirmish uses the radio that he does not know what kind of frequency it uses. Well, I did find something, and I have lost it. Automatic keylock is a very useful function. It needs to get used to a bit because you need to unlock it every single time. But if it's in your pocket or if it's in your pouch, you will not push any key. And this may change your frequency or your channel. And maybe after half an hour, it doesn't mean that nobody is transmitting. Maybe you're not getting anything because you have just changed your frequency. Now, I am using the auto lock function on my radio. This is the small key here. To unlock it, simply press the hash and lock key.
Unlock.
After 1 or 2 seconds, it unlocks your radio. If you don't want it, hit the menu and find the option called auto lock. Hit menu again, then using those darts, set it on off. And then menu, exit. And now, to lock it, you will need to do it manually. But I advise to use the auto lock option.
Frequency mode.
Okay, those sounds may not only be irritating, but they may show your positions to your enemies. So it's better to turn them off. If you're not using a headset, of course. Also, display lights may show your position during the night or dark conditions. So it's sometimes useful to turn them off.
4, 5, camp 1, 5, 5.
Now,
2, 3, 5.
her voice is really soft, but it's also pissing me off. So, hit the menu, find voice. You can choose between English,
Voice prompt.
off, or Chinese. Choose whatever you want, but I would like my radio to be silent. Hit menu again and exit. Now, this bleep sound, it's also to be turned off. There it is. Menu, off, menu again, and now we've got it. A bit of silence. And let's leave it that way. So, these are a few of the basic functions of Baofeng radios. If you need to get a bit deeper, well, you need to get yourself research. But things like coding the channels are not really very often used during the skirmishes or even more advanced milsims. So I hope it's enough. If not, write down in comments below what you would like to know more about those radios, or write comment about anything else. Everything on the comment section is free for you. Hit the bell, leave a like, and please subscribe to our channel.
See you again in another episode of Gunfire TV. Over and out.